Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the largest gated community in North America, spanning 26,000 acres in the Ouachita Mountains in south central Arkansas. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and some occasional guests as we explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. McGraw Realtors, located in the heart of Hot Springs Village, is the fastest growing real estate office with over 30 agents and staff. Executive brokers Lori and Ken Henderson, along with realtor and waterfront specialist Rick Marshall, they're eager to share the special features of Hot Springs Village with you. For a complimentary relocation packet, call Ken and Lori at 501-276-3018 or call Rick Marshall at 501-601-RICK. They are McGraw Realtors of Hot Springs Village. Renaissance Homes builds spec homes ready for sale and custom homes. Brandon Tedder and his team make the process easy. Renaissance Homes incorporates solid construction methods from the ground up. Brandon is a certified green builder. With a fixed price approach, detailed spec sheet, you'll know upfront how much it will cost. Every job has a dedicated project manager and an in-house design expert. From permitting to landscaping, Renaissance Homes is the preferred builder headquartered right here inside Hot Springs Village. Oh, I know you've got questions. And I know what you've got questions about. Yeah, these. Hey, welcome to Inside Out. Hot Springs Village, InsideOut.com. That's the website. My name's Randy. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome inside the Yellow Studio here. Some weeks ago, I did an episode on the little things inside Hot Springs Village that I just love. You can go back and you can find that episode. It was sometime earlier in the month of October. I'm on a coaching call. I've got these glasses on, and of course, I've got to answer the question. Wait, what are these things that you've got on your face? And it sparked a conversation about just these little things that we have in our life, these little possessions that we have. Listen, I know. We read and we see all the videos about retirees and folks who, you know, they save up their money and now they've hit retirement age, and so he goes and he buys the Harley. That good for him. Got no problem with it. Not my money. They can do what they want. Or the people that go buy the big RV, only to find out 2 years later that they took 2 trips in it and they spent a whole bunch of money. And you think about all these really big, expensive investments. Okay, they're not. Let's call them what they are. These big expenditures. And so many of us, we hear these stories, and some of us have experienced these things. We've invested in some stuff. We bought some stuff. We've spent money. We've expended money on some stuff, only to find out, it didn't matter that much. But then you look around your life and you realize that there's all these much smaller, much less significant amounts of money spent on some things. And we're like, we really love these things. These things, as the minimalist would say, these things bring us joy. So today I'm going to share with you 22, that's right, count them, kids, 22 things that I just began to kind of take an inventory, and none of these things are expensive things. I don't think any of them, don't hold me to this, I don't think any of them hit $100. One or two might get close, but not really, and I'll flash these things up on the screen so you can, there's no affiliate links. This isn't, I'm not trying to do that to you, even though, there's nothing wrong with affiliate links. I mean, come on, let's face it. You click on an Amazon affiliate link and you're not going to pay any more for it. But that's not what this is about. So let's get that up front and let's get that disclaimer out there real quick. I will be showing you some graphics. I'm not even going to give you links. Okay. So if you want to buy any of this stuff for yourself, you're going to have to go to Amazon and you're going to have to search for it. So that's how I'm going to roll today. But these are things, and I'm going to start with these things that I have on my face. These are things that Uh, yeah, a lot of them I will use every day, but all of them I will use regularly. And they just, I don't know, they just enhance the quality of life. And as I go through these, this isn't about pitching the stuff that I have in my life. It really is about you thinking about the things in your life. And here's the point. Here's the whole point. I'll just go ahead and we're not going to bury the lead, as the journalists say. We're just going to get it out there up front. Take a look at your life and take a look at all the things that maybe you wish you had that you didn't have, but okay, tap the brakes and now take a look at all the small things that you do have. And I'm talking possessions and how they enhance your life. And just see, I don't know. I'll be curious if your inventory looks anything remotely like mine. These are blue light blocking glasses. Yes, they're kind of, they're funky when you're talking to people, I suppose. These are reading glasses. So these are 1.5 magnification. These are orange, obviously, blue light blocking reading glasses. And if people suffer migraines or headaches, if people spend a whole lot of time looking at computer monitors and maybe, because supposedly all this blue light that we are exposed to and looking at these screens can disrupt our sleep. If you've been watching for any length of time, you already know that I am a hopeless insomniac and frankly have been all of my life. Now, before you start worrying about me, let me tell you, I have long had conversations with my doctors about this, and I've never had a doctor yet that said, yeah, you got a problem. Because I'm able to sleep for 90 minutes at a time. And I suppose, based on what they're telling me, it might be problematic if you can't get a 90-minute cycle in. But I can sleep for 90 minutes and then I can be awake. And then I can sleep another 90 minutes and be awake. And my doctors know this, so don't worry about me. It's all good. And it's not something that has happened at old age. This was the case when I was young. So I have this lifelong habit of it. However, I do, not every day, but a lot of days, I am in front of a computer monitor quite a lot. Now, I'm not really one of these attached to the phone kind of guys. I mean, come on, I'm going to have it with me, but I don't have my face buried in a phone, but I often do have my face buried into a computer monitor. This takes some getting used to because everything has a tint to it. I have some other glasses that also block blue light, and they also are 1.5 reading glasses, and they have clear lenses, but they're not nearly as effective as these are. And I invested in these $50. I'm gonna show you the graphic. $50 at Amazon. And again, you can get different magnifications, really well made, really good lenses, really good frames. And yeah, I highly recommend them if you're looking for some blue light blocking glasses. And if, I don't know, if you want a conversation starter, then you can certainly pop them on and people they're going to ask. So the next thing I'm going to show you is something I've had for a long time. And again, it kind of has to do with sleep. And so this second item is a brown noise sound machine. There are 30 different sounds, and some of them, they say 30 soothing sounds. Nah, they ain't all soothing. I think there may be a thunderstorm or something. Now, it's got way more buttons and features than I need. I just have one sound, and I really just have one volume, and I don't put it on a timer. When I go to bed, I hit this thing, and I hit it in the morning to shut it off. But it's got timers, and it's got all kinds of functionality. but it's $17. It's under $17, and I've got two of these. It also has a little light that kind of glows that thankfully you can dim that. But it's brown noise. It's not white noise. It's not pink noise. It's brown noise. Brown noise is a little lower tone, and if you have not yet experienced brown noise, but you're not really a fan of white noise, highly recommend it. We're talking $17. I have had some type of a device like this. Now, they used to be mechanical, and those could drive you crazy because they might whop. They might whop, whop, whop. And I can lay there in bed, and I'll pick up the rhythm of this thing, and I'm like, okay, I got to do something else. I can't do this. Because this thing is electronic, you don't get that. So, like oscillating fans and things, which most of us that need some noise at night, we've been used to using those. That's great and wonderful in the summer. But in the winter, come on, I don't want a fan blowing on me in the winter, whether I'm awake or asleep. So the brown noise machine gets high marks for me. Here's one that I use every day. Pretty much every day. And this is a cell phone stand. You got one of these? And we're talking under $9. The one that I like is this Lamicall stand. It folds up so I can keep it in my backpack, and you can put your phone horizontally or vertically on it, and it'll work with any cell phone. It's just a terrific little stand. It's really well built. It's not cheap and cheesy, and it folds up super flat, so you can pack it away. It would fit in your purse or wherever. So if, like right now in front of me, I've got one that I don't keep in my backpack, and I do use this one every day. I didn't put this on the list because I don't like this one as much, but this will give you an idea. So that sits on my desk. So if you don't use one of these and you're thinking, well, I got no need for that, I don't know. Try it. You can attach your cords to it while it's still on the stand. And again, I'm not on my phone a lot, but I can swivel it, so that I can see it. And it's just better than having my phone laying flat somewhere. Also, side note, a benefit of this is if you use that, you know where your phone's at. So you got that going for you. Here's one that I absolutely use every day that I'm here inside the Yellow Studio. It is on right now above my monitor here, and that is it's a desk light. I stumbled onto this thing 4 years ago, give or take. This is an expensive item now, like the glasses. It's $50. It's $50. I've got one. Rhonda's got one on her desk, her work desk. This is it's an LED light. I'll put a picture up about this thing. It's bright. You can dim it. You can also change the color temperature of the little LEDs. So if you want it to be, more of a golden glow, you can do that. If you want it to be kind of a bright white, you can do that. It's super versatile. It's super terrific. It has, a boom arm kind of a thing. And so you can maneuver it. You can position it. I don't, but you could. And we're talking $50. And I use it every single day. And it's awesome. The next item is really, is it 5? It's 6 items. It's 6 items in one. It's a package of some little, they call them cinch bags, because they've got a drawstring, and it's 6 different sizes. going from a small to a larger one. I have this fleece blanket that Rhonda made me, and I will roll that thing up, and it fits perfectly in the large bag. And when I'm on the road, I grab my pillow, and I grab that blanket in this cinch bag and throw that in the trunk of the car, and I am good to go. I am just good to go. 6 of these for $17. And they're durable. I mean, these are not little flimsy. These are all little nylon compression sack bags, super lightweight, again with a drawstring and, the little contraption that'll hold the drawstring in place. And I know I've got 2 6-packs of these. I may have 3, but I know I've got 2. And I got various headphones. I may travel with some headphones. I may put headphones in one of the smaller ones. I'll take water drink mix, put it in a plastic bag. I'll put that in one of the small ones as well. And they're color coded, so I know what the different colors are, and that's how I can keep up with it. So the lime green one, I know the lime green one, well, that's got my drink mix in it. And I'm going to know, okay, well, that red one's got some headphones in it. So they're all different colors. And you can pick, by the way. You can go to Amazon and you can buy different colors as you choose to. So they're called cinch they're ditty bags or cinch bags. I don't know, but I love them. And I use them all the time. This isn't one that I use all the time, but when I'm an analog guy. I love notebooks, and I take notes and I write things down. I realize that increasingly people are using iPads and they're typing on their computers or they're using their phones. And I do that too, probably using Apple Notes on my iPhone. But I still love a good notebook. And I stumbled on these a couple of years ago from Amazon. And and I'm a real fan of pages that don't have lines, but they have dots. You ever seen these? These are dots. Now, these are 8.5 by 11 notebooks. And there's 100 pages, 160 pages. There's 4 of them. You buy them in a 4-pack. They're again, the pages are dotted, and the cover it's a hard cover. It's a hard-ish cover. It's kind of a really thick black cardboard cover. So it's not like those composition books that you go to Walmart to buy for your kids at school kind of thing. Those cheap, flimsy. It's not like that. It's much nicer than that. 4 for $23, and I keep these available, and I'm gonna have at least one of those in my backpack or probably with me pretty much all the time. Here's one that, are you a whiteboard fan? Yeah, me too. In fact, I've got it right here. I'll show it to you live. This and the glasses. You can see live. This made an appearance on one of the videos because I'll sometimes use this in some of my coaching calls and stuff. It's just it's a little 2-sided 11 by 14 whiteboard made. It's really nice. I mean, it's perfectly, it's not flimsy. It won't flex. It's really stiff and double-sided, and the white markers erase very easily. 4.8 stars, by the way, at Amazon. Here's the surprising thing. Well, maybe it's not so surprising. You'll find that the majority of these things are like 4.7, 4.8, and they've got high ratings at Amazon. That may be why I first bought them. I don't know, but this is $10. $10. I didn't want one that had suction cups on it or, some hanger on it. I wanted one that I could. Have you seen, is it Newt Gingrich on Fox, who's always using the whiteboard? Have I got the wrong guy? There's somebody that's always got the whiteboard. I don't think it's Newt. It's somebody else. Oh, it's Karl Rove. It's Karl Rove. Yeah, you political savvy people, y'all know. I don't. I don't care about politics. Okay, I kind of do, but not really. The next one is one that I've been looking for a long time. And this one is a more recent thing. This one has been within the last 6 months, but I used this one. I don't use it every day. I'll use it multiple times in a month, and it's a duffel bag. It's a duffel bag, and it's a big duffel bag. I'm probably fond of it because I bought the yellow one, and it is a 65-liter duffel bag, and it has a shoe compartment, and it's super lightweight, and it's built really well. It stays together really well. It holds a bunch, and it's easy. It's easy to load stuff into it. It's easy to seal it up and to zip it up. It's easy to throw it in the car and to get it out of the car. Because with the travel that I do, I got sick of the whole luggage thing, and I've got some really good, lightweight, inexpensive Amazon Basics luggage that would have made the list, but I don't use it. It's, you kind of have to, it's rigid. It'd be great for air travel, but I'm not doing air travel. I'm in a car. And this, because it's soft and it's flexible, you can just kind of cram stuff into it. It holds a lot, keeps everything together, and super easy. It's got a shoulder strap, which I hardly ever use, and we're talking $23. And I'll use it 2 to 3 times a month. So I love that one. The next one is one that made the list because, Rhonda, I bought it for her. She doesn't love to cook, but she kind of loves to bake bread. She's always made homemade bread, and she's always made like homemade rolls. And so somebody in the village here puts word out, I've got some sourdough starter if anybody wants one. Well, Rhonda never really hopped down that bunny trail of making sourdough bread. So Rhonda contacts this lady who's giving away some starter that she had that was like 15 years old or something. I know nothing about I've learned more about sourdough in the last 6 months than, frankly, I care to know. So Rhonda goes and gets this starter. Well, she just became a maniac on a mission of trying to figure out, how to make the best sourdough bread that she could make. And it's like, I'm like, that one turned out pretty well. Why don't you just, no, she doesn't want to repeat anything. She's constantly tweaking around and trying. Well, I have discovered that the sourdough bread crowd, this is kind of what they do. Listen, I'm a hi-fi tweak, so I can tweak audio all day long. So if you want to tweak sourdough bread, tweak away. What do I care? But Rhonda needed some contraption that would hold flour. Now, we've always gotten like a 50-pound bag of flour at like Sam's. And you put it in the pantry, and then, you gotta seal it up, and I don't know, it's just cumbersome. It can be cumbersome. And so she hit me up and she said, there's got to be some kind of contraption that would be easy, kind of a flour dispenser of some sort, a flour storage thing. So I do what you do. We get on Amazon. I start looking. And I stumble on this thing. Now, this is one of the more expensive items, like the glasses. This is a rice storage container. It's collapsible. It'll hold 20 to 30 pounds of food. Also is used for flour and sugar and pet food. No, not simultaneously. And it's really cool. It's got 4 casters on it. You'll see it in the picture. And it's got a lid that has, 4 latches on each side, and you can lift those latches up, load it down, put the latches back on, put the top back on. But then there's this clear door that's perfectly sealed that you can open and close from the top without taking the whole top off. And then a scoop. And then I think it comes with some other little small container thing. I don't know if she even uses that. And I guess it's labeled as a rice storage container, but this thing is $33. And so Rhonda uses that. Oh yeah, she'll use that every week. Here's one of the real high dollar items, and this gets used every single day. Are you an ice freak? I don't mean the kind you drive on. I mean the kind that you eat, the kind that you drink. Yeah, me too. I love ice. I've always been an ice freak. And of course, most all of us are in love with that Sonic ice. And those kind of machines can be pretty pricey. But you don't have to do that. No, you don't have to do that. Ecozy is the brand that I have. This is the very one that I have. It has sat on our countertop for a long time, and it just works like a champ. In fact, every 6 minutes, it produces new cubes. Well, they're not cubes. They're round. They're those round circle ones with a hole in the middle of them, but they're soft-ish. So for those of us that love to chew on ice, they're not. I don't know. The dentist is going to kill me. I don't think they're bad on your teeth. It's not like trying to bite into an ice cube, which I've done all my life. And I'm sure my teeth show it. But it's great. It produces 26 pounds of ice a day. So it produces a lot of ice. Now, this is a little, if you're looking at my hands, this is a little small. This is not one of those big hootuses that sits on your counter and looks like a countertop dishwasher. This is a really small, this is a 4.8 star item, by the way. $78.10 as I hit the record button on this little device, and it's great. It is great. It works like a champ. We keep a glass pitcher of water, so fill it up, and then as it spits out the ice and as the level goes down, you just pour more water into it. It has a water mark that you can see. That's the max. You don't have to fill it all the way to the max. But all day long, I'll probably pour water into this thing 4 times a day. I'm eating ice all day long. True confession. Okay, we're not going to tell my dentist. You know who my dentist is. I love her. She probably didn't love me, especially not for encouraging my audience to chew on ice. These people that go to restaurants, my son's one of these people, go somewhere and get a drink, no ice. I'm like, hey, who are you? I have no idea who you are. $78.10, and I use it every single day. And it's admittedly, it's one of the more expensive things on the list. The other thing that I've got here, and when you see me looking over, I got multiple monitors here. So I'm pulling these pictures up so I can kind of keep track of what I'm doing here. I told you about the notebooks. I'm also a sucker for good pens. Now, when I say good pens, I don't mean Mont Blanc. I'm not saying Mont Blanc's not a good pen. It's a good pen. I probably still got one. And I'm not saying, I don't know, Cross or whatever, there's these prestige fancy pens. Nah, I ain't talking about those. I'm talking about real writing pens. I'm a sucker for a really good writing pen. And of course, the technology today that we're all in love with is the gel pens. Keiko gel pens, 0.5 millimeter, that fine point. I will alternate between black and blue. There are many times blue writes better. You can mark it down. Blue ink is going to write better than black ink. Now, black ink, you need it for some things. Well, I don't, but I don't know. Legal folks tend to want it to be in black ink. I don't know why. Maybe for photocopying reasons. I have no idea. And of course, so much stuff is now signed digitally. It doesn't really matter. But again, for the guy that likes to take notes and write stuff down, these are great, great pens. And a 10 count, 10 pens, $12. So they're $1.20 a piece. $1.20 a piece. And I will tend to buy these in black. I don't think they're the only pens. No, they're not the only pens on the list. That's one. Just wait. I'll get to another pair. I use this one every day. That green bag that I told you had the drink mix, it also has a container of this. It's Lane's coarse salt and pepper, 50-50 mix in a little container, a little shaker thing. It's coarse salt and it is coarse pepper, all combined, 50-50. 4.6 stars, by the way. This is $13 for 12.5 ounces. 12.5 ounces lasts forever. And I have one here that I use when I'm home here, and I have one that I take on the road with me. Yeah, that's right. And I am not a guy who has heavily used salt and pepper, but discovered this within the last year or so. Lane's salt and pepper mix. It's awesome. It's really, really good. You're seeing one of these. I have a maroon one on my head. As you look at this, it's Elwyn, I guess is the brand name. These are cotton slouchy beanies. Yeah, forget that whole hip hop part of the description. I'm not into hip hop. I've never been into hip hop. Urban music, I'm out. It probably does have to do with, just the foulness of some of the early lyrics and, well, some of the current ones too. It's not my thing. Not my thing. But I like the beanies. I went looking for some beanies. This was 2 years ago. In the winter time, you of course know that I will wear the full-fledged warm, keep your head warm beanies when the weather's cold. But here we are in the fall, and then it also happens in the spring, and it can happen in the summer, where I want something on my head to keep my head a little warmer, but I don't want something that'll make my head hot. That makes sense? Now, for those of us that shave our head, and if you don't, just let me tell you, 2 days without shaving your head feels vastly different than the day you shave your head. Just that little bit of stubble makes a big difference. And I also, because I want a fan going in the summer, I'm going to sleep in something. Well, I would just have to kind of contrive something so I'm like, I got to do something better than this. So you can buy 4 of these and they're $15 and they last forever. I guarantee you I've got 8 to 12 of these and I wear them all. And there's different colors. You can pick your colors. There's the ones that I'm kind of fond of has a black one, a blue one, a gray one, and this maroon one. And yeah, I wear these a lot. I will wear them in the car traveling. I will wear them at night. I will wear them in the daytime because, unless it's 80 degrees outside or warmer, okay, I don't need it. But we got up this morning. It was 40 degrees? Yeah, buddy. Well, this was on my head all night. Who's kidding who? But really comfortable. I get a lot of questions and compliments about it, but too, by the way. I was at an event for a city, and I came in. I had not taken it off my head. I'd come in the door, and the people at the door, one of the ladies said, "Where did you get that?" And I said, "What?" She said, "That beanie. Where did you get that beanie? I need some beanies like that." And so I pulled up on my phone and I showed her and I gave her the link to it. And that happens. That happens more frequently than you would think for these kind of beanies. Okay, so next, this is with me all the time. And this is one of the more expensive things. I've had wallets before, and for the longest time I carried what was the brand was a taxi wallet. I won't go into it. You can Google it if you care. I really love them. Really love them. But I just needed something bigger because I don't put a wallet in my pocket. Okay, I carry it more like a clutch. Yeah, okay, it's a man purse. Who's kidding who? What do I care? This is, I don't know the brand, Visoul. I found this. I went looking for something nice, sturdy that would hold up. And it is kind of a long leather pouch wallet. It has RFID blocking, which means, those, not that I'm terribly worried about it, but those nefarious folks that want to come by you and they want to, scan your hip pocket or scan your purse and try to steal the information off of your credit cards. Okay, this has blocking that won't allow that. It's not why I got it, but it may contribute to the cost of it. And I did buy mine in coffee leather. It's zippered, and it'll hold a lot of stuff. Mine's not bulging, but I like it. I really like it. $43. Now, this is one of those things that I have it with me all the time. I use it every day, and we're talking $43, and I promise you I will have it for 10 years or more because that's how I roll. The next one I use anytime we get in the car, which is going to be almost every day. I have one of these in Rhonda's car. I have one of these in my car. And I went looking for the best kind of a iPhone holder in the car. You can take your phone, you can put it down in your console, you can get the thing that'll stick on your windshield, and that's awkward and cumbersome, and you kind of in your line of sight. And I went looking for something that I didn't want to attach anything to the dash. I had in my old car, I had a contraption that would fit inside the vents of the air conditioner and would kind of clamp down, and it worked like a champ. Problem. We get these Hondas, and they've got, the vents are like honeycomb. Oh, they're nothing. You can't use those to mount anything. But we've got, I don't know, what are they? We got these 7 or 8 inch screens, right in the middle. So Rhonda's Honda has one. My Honda has one. She's got an SUV. I've got just a Civic. And I'm like, there's got to be something that I could suction cup. I don't want something with sticky. I don't want glue. I don't want double-sided tape. I don't want any of that. I want something I can take off if I want to. I want suction cup, but I want it to mount really well and stay there. And I don't want it to shake. I don't want it to make noise either. So I went looking, and I found this, and I don't know why it's only 4.3 stars, because it deserves far, far more, in my opinion. I love this thing. It is plus AC, two C's, plus accessories, vacuum magnetic phone holder. Now, here's the deal. The vacuum part is the part that attaches to the car. So you get it placed where you want, you press it on, and you twist, and that drives the suction. And let me tell you, kids, it ain't going anywhere. Then on the phone side, there's a little arm, and you can twist and you can turn this thing any kind of direction you want. And now that's magnetic. So your phone, so I get in the car, I just slap my phone on that thing, put the cable in, I'm good to go. And I've got one in each car. It gets used every time we're in the car. It didn't make the list. It's a piece of software or an app for your phone, but I use Waze, Waze, all the time. So high marks for the phone mount. Okay, here's my other pen. I told you the first pens, and these are a tad more expensive. These are $1.51 a piece as opposed to $1.20 a piece, the others. And I will tend to buy these in blue. Don't ask me why. This is a 0.7, so it's more of a medium point pen. Pilot G2 Premium Gel Roller. These are real popular. You see these everywhere. And I've used these and those others for a long time. So I can buy 12 of these for $18.12 as I hit the record button. So again, just keep in mind the price tag that we've talked about. That ice machine at $78, $79, that's been the most expensive thing so far, hasn't it? I think so. Now, because I do travel, I told you about the duffel bag, and I should have invested in these a long time ago. Why I didn't, I have no idea. I would take shoes and, the dry cleaning bags. If you pack your shoes, you don't want your shoes because of the stuff that you're walking on. At least I don't. Am I the odd duck here? Because I don't want the soles of my shoes touching clean clothes. So I'd take a dry cleaning bag and I would wrap my shoes in that and put those in a suitcase or the duffel bag. Well, then it dawned on me, they're bound to make some bags. Yes, they do. They make waterproof travel drawstring shoe bags. And guess these are horribly expensive, by the way. You can buy 5 of these, and I bought clear ones. You can buy opaque ones, but I want clear. I mean, that way I can see what shoes are in there. 5 of these for $6, $5.99, 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. I mean, why can't you give this? It's the number one seller, by the way, in this category at Amazon. I mean, this deserves 5 stars. They just do. These are really durable. It's not use them one time, throw them away, kids. You can use them over and over and over and over and over again. And they got drawstrings, and it's great. You put your shoes in it. Now I stick my shoes anywhere I want in the duffel. I don't have to worry about the soles of the shoes touching, clean stuff. And it's $6. It's $6. So however often I'm going to use the duffel bag, I'm using these things. I told you about the drink mix, but there is water that Rhonda stumbled upon that we have begun to indulge in. I don't drink a lot of soda. Rhonda's she's a Coke Cherry Zero person, which, by the way, did you know you cannot buy Coke Cherry Zero in Saline County? I don't know that you can buy it in Garland County either. I don't think so. And we talked to the Coke guy in Walmart when we saw him one time, and it's got something to do with a local bottler. They don't bring it in. Not enough demand for it or whatever. So thankfully we're in Texas a whole lot, so it's fine. We know how to buy it. We know where to buy it. You can buy it in Little Rock, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I just drink water. Now, I do kind of prefer flavored water, and that ain't always great for you, by the way. This is Splash water. Have you ever heard of this? This is flavored water. It has electrolytes. There's no sugar. There's no calories. There's no carbs in it. It's a 6-pack. This is the flavor that, in my opinion, is the best, wild berry. They have grape. They have mandarin orange. They have lemon. They've got something else. Just give me this one. Just give me the wild berry. Yeah, it's in my opinion the best. These are little 17 ounce, 16.9 ounce bottles. There's 6 bottles, $2.68 for a 6-pack. So, it's not as cheap as cheap unflavored water. Do you buy bottled water or plastic bottled water? I don't mean the big well, you may. Do you do that? I'd be curious. Do you bring in like big water bottles and, put them in a dispenser, and do you have that in your house? Because some people do. Or do you buy, do you go get like a 48 count for like $4 of bottled water? I don't. Tap water. I drink tap water. I'm sorry. Give me a break. We're drinking from a hose in the summer when we were kids. So, but this splash water, yeah, it's good. That's an everyday thing. We talked about pens that write, but what about pens that don't? The stylus? Do you use a stylus on your iPad or your tablet or your phone? I don't either all the time, but I'll go through spurts. Now I'm going to have one with me. I'm going to have one on me. I'm going to have one in that wallet that I showed you. And these are great. There's a tip on either end. One's a little finer than the other. But, sometimes, come on. I'm not a teenager. My thumbs don't work like a 13-year-old girl who's on her phone messaging all the time. I'm a fast typist. I'm an 80 words a minute typist. I can't type as fast as some of these teenagers can with their thumbs. So, yeah, the eyesight's not what it once was. The motor skills are not what they once were. So the stylus it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. And they're horribly expensive. You can buy 3 of these for $4.59. $4.59, 3 different colors. Rhonda's got one, I've got one, and then I've always got a spare. And I haven't replaced them. The only reason you need to replace it if you lost them. But I will use these regularly. The stylus pen. Here's one that is with me all the time. All the time. There's just nothing better. Come on, keep in mind, the ice freak. There's the ice. Have I shown you these? This is what those ice cubes look like, by the way. Now this one's melted a little bit, but they're little round things with a hole in the middle. This tumbler is a 30-ounce tumbler. I also have a 40-ounce tumbler. No, not that kind of 40-ounce. Water. 40-ounce. It's skinny and narrow, so it really fits in the car well. And so Rhonda's got one. I've got one, 2 different colors. And so they can sit there side by side. These fat ones, they'll fit in the cup holder, but if you have 2 of them, because the top part is so fat, doesn't fit as well. That thing is 4 years old. We're talking last forever. 4.6 stars, by the way. $10. $10. I've got the red one. I don't use the top. It comes with a top and a straw. I don't use that. I just use it just like it is. That's how I roll. This is with me everywhere. If I go to a city and I'm doing some work on site, this is with me. Everybody's going to see me with this. No, they don't sniff of it. They know it's water. No, they know it's mostly ice. But this is the absolute one that I have. Domacare. I don't know anything about it. I just bought it because it works and I like it. But $10, $10, and I use it all the time. These are on my feet as we speak, and these will be on my feet pretty much year round. Now the socks will change depending on the time of year. I didn't do this until probably about a year ago. I would see him. I coached hockey for a long, long time, and guys would come into the rink, and you'll see athletes wear these sliders, these sandal kind of contraptions. They're called slides. And I bought a pair of Under Armour slides, $27. They retail for $30. $27 is what they are right now. I don't think I paid that much. I think mine were $22 when I bought them, and I bought them over a year ago. And I'll tell you, I bought them when I bought them in preparation for whatever that first knee surgery was that I had, because I knew, okay, I'm not going to want to bend down, tie a shoe, and I just wanted something I could wear around the house, and I can't drive without them. I just don't want to wear real shoes in the car. I wear these. Now, I'm not always going to wear socks with them, but when the weather's cool, I am. And I can take them off when I drive and just drive, sock-footed, which is my preference. But these are $27. I mean, they're rubber. I can't imagine what you would have to do in them to wear them out. I just can't imagine them not lasting probably as long as I'm going to. And I love them. I love them, and I wear them every day. Okay, are we up to 22? We are. Here it is, kids. Here's the swan song. You ready? This is another high utility thing, and it's another horribly expensive item. And you buy them in a 3-pack, and I didn't even know these things existed. I used to carry pens and some things in an old bank bag. Did you ever do that? And I found myself with some of this video stuff and traveling around with some of this video stuff. I just had various, and I tell you what really started it is all of the little power adapters and the cables that we need for like our laptops and our phones. And I needed a bag for that. So I really went looking for a bag for that at first. And I stumbled onto these things. These are canvas zipper bags. These are a 3-pack of, they call them tool bag zipper pouch. And when it says premium, they mean premium. These things they're awesome. They're built ridiculously well. The zippers are great. The canvas is thick and holds up really, really well. 3 of them for $8.09. They're all the same size. They're just different colors. And I've got at least 9 of them. I use them. I use these a lot. A 3-pack tool bag zipper pouch. So you notice how many of these things are just dirt cheap. I mean, many of these things are under $10. The majority of these things are under $20. 2 of these things were like $50, and one, that ice machine, was like $79. I didn't total it all up, but all totaled up, there's no way it hits $1,000. Now, here's the point. Yeah, the point is to share, to kind of give you some insights on some of this kind of stuff, but you've got this stuff too. Now, your list could look very different from mine, but I promise you've got this kind of a list of stuff, and it's not stupid money stuff. It's fairly inexpensive stuff, and it's stuff that you love, and it's stuff that makes a difference in your life. And it can be anything from pens to notebooks to contraptions that we can hold our phone in a car or on our desk, to a lamp, to a light, to a pair of reading glasses that'll block blue light. And these are just these everyday things. And meanwhile, the whole world is out there chasing something big because, man alive, The world would be our oyster if we just had, another couple $100,000. The world would just be our oyster if only, we had that fifth wheel RV camper, or if only we had that big motorcycle, or if only we had that boat. Nothing wrong with those things. And if that's what you want to do with your money, do it. It's your money. You worked for it. You get to spend it any way you want to. But it's these things that we just reach for every day, sometimes without any thought, without any consideration. And it's like, I kind of love this. I kind of love these little Pilot G2 pens. It's $1.50. It's $1.50. It's the little things. And yes, a place like Hot Springs Village does bring that out in me, for sure. It just does. It just does. And I'll tell you the big reason why for me, and this will be my parting shot. We moved to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. My wife is from Fort Worth, but we moved to Dallas-Fort Worth from the Oklahoma City area. And that was back in the late 80s. And the pretentiousness and the chasing and I was young. We were all still young. The kids were elementary school. But the pursuit of it all, which I loved when it comes to accomplishment. I'm just not a guy who was ever in pursuit of the stuff. I just, while the buddies were busy with the Mercedes or the BMW, I didn't care. I drove my little Honda and I was perfectly fine. It was all good. And if you want to buy your Beamer, buy your Beamer. If you want your Mercedes, buy your Mercedes. I mean, I love them. I'm enough of a car guy. I love them. I've never owned one and don't plan on owning one because I don't care. I don't care that much. I had buddies that would live in an apartment in North Dallas and they'd be driving some M-Series Beamer, and I'm like, what are you doing? But that's what they wanted to do. So it's all good. But it was noticeable. There was a noticeable difference. I mean, come on. Oklahoma City ain't Dallas-Fort Worth. There's just a noticeable difference in just the pursuit of it all kind of a thing. And, of course, now that I'm older in life and not much has changed for me, but the environment in Hot Springs Village is a little different environment in that, well, the pace isn't as fast, that's for sure, and that's a good thing for us. But also, and I tell people this all the time, listen, some of you are living in $1 million houses on a lake. I need to get to know you better. I'm happy for you. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I'm really not. I'm happy for you. I'm real, real happy for you. And maybe sometimes you make me feel like a piker and you don't mean to. I just, listen, we're all human. I can look and think, look at them. What did I do wrong? We can all think that. But listen, seriously, by and large, I don't think that. By and large, I'm really happy. I'm happy for people that have it better than me financially, but I'm plenty well off. I'm plenty blessed. And you can go into somebody's home like that and feel perfectly comfortable. And I can go into, a little Cooper built 800 square foot home that's over 50 years old and be just as at home. And there's just something cool about that. It ain't the money that makes the retirement. It's not the money that makes our life. We all know that. However, there are these little bitty things, seemingly insignificant things, but there are these things that we touch. There are these things that we use every single day, and we don't give it a passing thought. We don't give a thought to a $10 tumbler and the impact that has on a life. But it does. It does. I love mine. What do you love? HotSpringsVillageInsideOut.com. That's the website. I appreciate you. Hey, keep these emails coming. I promise you, I'm on a mission about these porches. And I know some porches can be expensive, but they don't have to be. But I'm looking for great porches. I really want to showcase some great porches. True confession, mostly I want to come and experience them myself. I want to sit on them. I want a video from them. I want to take pictures of them. I want to experience them, and I want to show them off. And if you've got a killer back porch or you know of one, I want to hear about it. You can send me an email to hello@hsvinsideout.com. hello@hsvinsideout.com. Still on the prowl for great porches. Join the Facebook group if you haven't done that already. It's a public group. You'll find it. There's a link over at the website. Just click that Facebook icon when you go to hsvinsideout.com and join up. And lots of cool people over there. Well, all the cool kids are over there. Till next time, see ya. Thanks for watching Hot Springs Village Inside Out. You'll find all our episodes at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com or on YouTube.